Alright guys, welcome to this live stream of the June 22 or 2022 grade 3 diagnostic test in mathematics, and I am your presenter, Teacher M. So you're watching the channel Learning with Teacher M. Now you might be searching for grade 3 diagnostic test 2022, grade 3 diagnostic maths test 2023, grade 3 diagnostic test 24, 2025. It depends. You might be looking for worksheet. You could be looking for exam prep or test preparation. You could be looking for Jamaica primary exams. Now it depends, or it does not depend, I should say, on what you're looking for. As long as it has something to do with grade 3, then this video will be of help to you. Alright, so you will find concepts covered like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We'll go over fraction families. You will go through clockwork. So consider this a worksheet, an interactive session that I will be having with you. All right, with that, let's go. And we're having number 1. All right, so let's begin with number 1. It says, which of the following is the same as 653? Now, grade 3 boys and girls, remember I've been showing you some strategies ever since going through the first video. In the your first thing that you're looking for is 600. All right, so once you've picked up a 600 starting out, then you know you grab and you run. No need to solve the rest of the item. All right, number 2. Which number does the blocks shown in the picture below represent? Now, from doing blocks, 100 blocks in school, you will know by now that this is 100. So we're going to put 1 for 100. This is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. 7 for the 70. All right. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. 5 ones. Not sure what they'll ask us, but we know we have 175. Oh, they did ask us what number it represents, and it is 175, which is at C. Good job. Moving on to number 3. What does the diagram below show? So let's look at it and look at the responses to see exactly what they're asking. A says it's 3 groups of 5. B says it's 5 groups of 3s. C says it's 15 groups of 1. So how many groups are there? That's the first part of the answer. How many groups? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. So anyone starting out with 5 groups, we know that's it. 5 groups of 3, meaning each group will have 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good job. Moving on to number 4. Which 2 sets are equivalent? You can count on this. You can bet on it, guys. You're going to have some equivalent sets to work with. They come on every paper. Equivalent, now we're looking for that set or those 2 sets or 3 sets, depending on how many, that have basically the same number of elements or items or members in the set. They don't really have to be the exact thing, the same members, but same number. So which 2 sets have the same number of elements? So far we're seeing that set one as 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know it's going to be sets 1 and set 3. Sets 1 and 3. Which letter shows set 1 and set 3? And the answer is B. No, I'm not saving. Touching the wrong thing. The answer is B. Good job. Moving on to number 5. Here we have some money. And I know you know these monies well. Alright, so we have two $20, a $10, and a $1 coin. So we know that these 2 20s will be 40. And we have a 10. 40 plus 10 is 50, plus 1 is 51. Not sure what they're asking us, but we know we have $51 working with. All right, let's move down. A is 51. All right. Moving on to number 6. What is 4 3/5 written as an improper fraction? Remember, in videos gone, I would have told you or reminded you that an improper fraction will have the bigger number at the top. All right, so a big number at the top and a smaller number at the bottom. Improper. Now you get an improper fraction from converting a mixed fraction. A mixed fraction, as you have here, right here, hold on. A mixed fraction as we have here will have a fraction, a whole number, let's put W for whole, plus a fraction. All right, That's a mixed fraction. So now we want to change this mixed fraction into an improper fraction. I'm going to set it out right here. So we have 4 3/5. We want to convert or change it to improper. So this way, and we're going to multiply. Then when we come this way, we're going to add. All right. So 5 4s or 4 5s will give you 20 plus 3 will give you 23 over your denominator, which is 5. So let's see if we have a 23 over 5. That is at C. Good job. Give yourselves a big hand, man. You're doing well. All right, number 7. Which shape shows a quarter shaded? All right, 1/4. You might have to do some converting or some reducing to find which is a quarter. So let's look at the first shape in A. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This one has 8 parts. Of the 8, we have 1 2 that's shaded. Can we reduce this any lower? Is there a factor or number that can go into both of them without leaving a remainder? The answer is yes, and that's 2. 2 into itself is 1. All right, 2 into 8 is 4. That's a quarter. Remember the rule. Once you've seen your answer, grab and run. We don't need to bother ourselves over B and C. All right, we found our answer, we're gone. Number 8. Which fraction family does 1/6, 4/6, and 5/6 belong? So to which family? Remember again that the denom will tell you the family of the fraction. All right, so 6 meaning they would be in the 6th family. Number 9. Which set of circles shows the same fraction of shaded circles as shown in the rectangle below? This one now, let's see how it goes. So we have for this one 3 circles. That's a whole set. Of this 3, we have 1 2 that's shaded. So this is 2/3. So what we need to find based on this instruction and question is which of A, B, or C will amount to 2/3. Let's look at A. And A, for their denominator, it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6. They have 6. That looks like a 16 at the bottom, but it's not a 16. Let me rub it out because I was going to write before I thought. So for A, they have 6. Of their 6, we have 2 shaded, 2 orange ones. All right, let's see if we can reduce this now. 2 into itself, 1. 2 into 6, 3. So at A, we have 1/3, but we're looking for 2/3. So it can't be A. Move on to B, which means we can't grab and run. We have to work some more. At B, we have the same 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6, but this time we have 4 of them shaded. All right, let's see now. Let's do our reducing. Which is the highest common factor for both 4 and 6, meaning which number can go into both of them without leaving a remainder? That number is 2. 2 into 4 goes 2 times. All right, 2 into 6 goes 3 times. We're left with 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom. Do we have a 2/3 here? The answer is yes. So we know the answer is B. No need to worry with C. Let's move on to number 10. And again, Learning with Teacher M is asking that you like, subscribe, share the video. If by now you're not seeing anybody on that you know, send the video to them or pick up your phone, ring them and ask them to watch this video. You're getting good content here. All right, everything to help prepare you for your grade 3 mathematics diagnostic test. That is a national exam in Jamaica that you do at grade 3. Debbie's shampoo is about 7/10 full. Which picture shows the amount of shampoo in Debbie's bottle? All right, so when you think of 7/10, now the full thing, the full bottle would be 10 out of 10 full. So if it's 7 of it that is there, it means that it's pretty close enough to being full. Past a half gone up, right? Because 5 out of 10 would be a half. So if it's at 7, she has more than a half of the shampoo left. It's about more than a half full. So which of these, based on what I just explained, is showing more than a half of the bottle being full? All right, the answer is, boys, shout out the answer. You can't so blind right here. So which of these boys is more than a half full? Good job. The answer is A. A is more than a halfway full. Number 11 is for my girls. Which number is 2068? Already you're looking for a number 2000 starting out, but let's put our tens and ones. So ones, tens, 100. Me starting my 100 with O. What's here? 100. And you have 1000. All right, TH. So remember, we go from back forward. Go this way when we fill the table. That way you will not make any error as you put your digits in. So let's go. 8, starting with the first one, back to back. From 8 we have 6, then 0, and then 2. So it should be 2000. Here we have 2000. No 100, they didn't give you any 100. And 60, 6 tens are 68, which is 8 ones. Hence the answer is A. We grab and we run. Good job. Grab and run. No need to work the others. We found our answer. No need to tarry. Number 12. This is for the boys now. Which digit is in the thousands place in the number 4,983? And just by saying it, you would have said it. 4,000. So which is in the thousand place? 4. Well, if you want to set out, if you're that child who needs to set out and never picked up that you've said 4,000 in calling the number, all right, 100 and 1,000. From the back, remember 3, then 8, then 9, then 4. But already you've said it, 4,000. So 4 is in the thousand place. Good job. Give yourselves a hand, man, a big, big one. Number 13. Which number sentence is the same as 10 plus 5 equals 15? So what they're saying here, boys and girls, is that 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 is equal to 15. So whatever you work out, one side 15 must be the other side being 15. 10 plus 15 is 25. Alright, 25. If you need to set out, set out. Your 10 and your 15. I don't need to set it out, so I'm just running with it. You can even add it from right here. 5 plus 0 is 5. 1 and 1 is 2. You're 25. So this is 25 equal 25, but we're looking for 15 being 15. 5 and 15 is 20. 20 is equal to 20 for real, but what are we looking for? Keep that in your mind. 15 equals 15. That's what we want. So that we've eliminated A and B, meaning we know one of them. It's not A, it's not B. We know it has got to be C because there are only 3 responses. Alright? But let's prove it. 10 plus 5, 15 equals 15. So we know it's C. Give yourselves a round of applause. Number 14. What is 5,643 rounded to the nearest 100? Now when you think of this, remember always 5. 5 is a hallmark. So if it's going to be to the nearest 10, if it's 5 and more, you're moving up to the next number. If it's less than 5, it remains at the lower number. Same thing for 100, you're looking at 50. So if it's 50 and more, then you're going up. If it's less than 50, down. You're looking at hundreds. If it's 500 and more, then you're going to the next 100. If it's less than 500, it's going to be going to the 100 that's below. And the same thing for 1,000. And it continues on. 5 is a hallmark. Alright? So if we're working with 100, we're looking for 500 and more, 500 plus, to move up to the next number. 643. Is it 500 more than 500? Which it's more than 500. So anything 500 and more is going to have you go up to the next 100. So what's the next 100 from 600? Very good, 700. Hence, we're going to have 5,700 as our answer. And that's at, come shout out the letter loud and strong. Tear off the roof. Good job, C. Moving to our next number, 15. Which number is less than 142? Already we know it can't be C because C is all the way up in 400. So which one is less than 142? We know from 42, 48 is above 42. So the answer is A. 124 is less than 142. Alright, good job. Number 16. What is a number name for fourth? And already it gives itself away. Fourth, just by you pronouncing that thing there, just by pronouncing this, fourth. The answer is here, B. Good job. All right, let's move on. We're at number 17. Which set of fractions is ordered from the largest to the smallest? In other words, from the biggest to the littlest, largest to the smallest. Let's use some shapes here. I'm going to use rectangle as my shape to demonstrate this one. So we're going to need 3 of them. One to show a half, one showing a quarter, one showing a third. All right, same length of rectangles. All right, so this one look like it's a little bit, oh, I may want to delete all of it, but let's go. All right, so let's go right here this one coming out here. So let's take it that they're all the same length. All right, so we're going to use one for a half. We're going to divide this one into halves. Use one for the quarters, which is to divide it into 4. And we're going to use one for the third, which is dividing it into 3 parts. Looks like they're evenly divided for me. All right, so let's go with the half. Let's take out a half. Let's take out one of the quarters because this one is divided into 4. And let's take out one of the thirds because we're dealing with a half, a quarter, and a third. I'm going to take a different color of pen, ink, and I'm going to come down here. All right, so let's come down here. Looking at it, which is bigger? A half. So we're going to have a half first, followed by which one? A third, because you're going to need almost here to make from a quarter to come up to a third. All right, followed by a quarter. And it is plain to us too that if you divide it into 2, if I'm sharing an orange for 2 of us, we're going to get a half of it. 2 big pieces, right? Now if we bring another person into it to share it into 3, you will have to give away a piece of yours. I will have to give away a piece of mine. We're all going to get a little less. All right, bring another person in there to make it 4 of us to share that same orange. We're going to have to cut it smaller for each of us to get the same amount. So a half, then a third, then a quarter. Also, you should know that the bigger the denom, the smaller the pieces will be, because that is telling you how many pieces the whole should be divided into. All right, good job. Moving on to number, tell me, 18. Good job. This one is for all of my people who were born in January. Which month were you born? I'm not gonna tell you mine, but which month were you born? This is some of January girls. Which number should replace the asterisk for the number sentence to be true? So let's look at it. Which number should replace the asterisk to have this number sentence be true? Number 18 for my girls. A says we should have 1. So let's look at it. We just did some fraction. A says 1, which is saying 2. Let me change this color. It's a little too pale for this for me. All right, let's go with a different color. Let's go back with my purple. All right, so A says 1. So what this is saying is that a quarter is greater than 3/6. Let's look what 3/6 is. 3 into itself 1, 3 into 6 is 2. So it is really saying a quarter is less than a half. Is that true? Is it smaller? I mean greater. What am I saying? This sign is greater. Is it true that a quarter is greater than a half? No, it's not. Look at the denom, which is bigger. If they have the same top number, which is the bigger number is the smallest fraction. Let's look at what number 2 says. Number 2 says if you put 2 over here instead of 4, that's B no, says no, put 2. We're going to have 2 foots. 2 into itself 1, 2 into 4 is 2. So we're left with a half for here and a half for here. So over here is a half. See it here, 1 over 2. Over here is also a half, 1 over 2. All right. Let's look at what B says. 2 and B saying a half is greater than a half. That's not true. So if we've eliminated A and B, we know the answer is going to be C. But let's work it out still if you want to see how it would be worked out. Now C is saying we need to put 3 over here to get this side being bigger than a half. All right, remember over here is a half. The 3/6 is the same as a half. So B says let us put 3 at the top, which is 3/4. So it's saying 3/4 is bigger than 1/2. All right, so because the two top numbers are not the same, we can't decide that because 4 is bigger at the bottom is going to be less than 2. No, let's go back to drawing that thing. The top numbers are not the same, so you can't decide this time that it's going to be smaller. So let's put this one into halves. Let's do this side first. Let's go left to right. So let's put it in quarters and then this one in half. Now this one says you have 3/4. Let's take out the 3/4. 1, 2, 3. This one says a half. Which is bigger? 3/4. See? You need another quarter because there are 2 quarters in 1/2. 2 quarters in 1/2. So you need another quarter to have it being equal. So C is correct. 3/4 is greater than a half. This is kind of a little big for grade 3 in my head, but the ministry thinks you should be able to answer that. Number 19. What number does K represent on the number line? All right, so here we have the number line. It's from 100, then they have 140, then 200, then what else should be here, and then 300. All right, so from 1 to 140, you see they added 40. So from 140 to 200, you can see that they added 60, which means that from 200, what should be here? What should they be adding to 200? Quickly, guys. 40. So we should have 240, and then from that 240, they're going to add 60 to make it to 300. Good job. So remember, you have to look for the pattern, you know. All right, so again, learning with teacher M here. I hope by now you have made a comment, you have subscribed, and this paper is the 2022 grade 3 diagnostic test. I am doing a concept overview. If you want to say, it's an interactive session that I'm having with you, working the paper out, giving you a walkthrough, all right, showing you strategies and skills that you can use to do your very best in your exam. All right, so let's go. Which fraction is the same as 4 over 12? Now you will need to reduce this to find which is the same. 4 into itself goes 1 time, 4 into 12 goes 3 times. So we're looking for a fraction that is the same as a third. Let's see if we have a third, or we need to reduce to find a third. We have a third at B. Good job. Moving on to the next side of the paper. This one is for all my February people. Read up. Read up if you're born in February. Mary was asked to use base 10 blocks to show the number 362. So the number 362. All right. The blocks she chose are shown below. Use this information to answer questions 21 and 22. All right. So here we have 362, but right here, this is not 300, so we have 100, 100, so this is 200, 10, 20, 30, so 2, 3 for 30, this is 200, and this is 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6, so it is 236. Let's see what they're asking. What number did Mary show instead? Oh, we've got it, 362. Let's see if we find it. Wait. Oh, 236, because I'm saying, where is that? 236, which is at A. 22. Boys, read up for me quickly, loud and strong. Hearing you. Good job. Read on. Yeah, let's go together now. Which set of blocks should Mary have chosen to represent 362? All right, so if one red plate is 100, we are looking for that one that starts out with 3 of them, which is at... Louder, man, loud and strong. 300 is at B. 300, right? Don't need to check anything else, because this is not 300, this is not 300, all right? So we know that anything coming after the 300 must be correct, because it's the only one starting with 300. Moving on to number 23. Recall that 8 times 4 equals 32. So remember, you must know your tables. Very good. You must know your tables, grade 3. They call on you in every math item to know your tables. All right, so 8 4s are 32, which is the same thing as 4 8s being 32. Which name is given to 32? So when we multiply, what name is given to the answer that we get? A says we call the answer factor, B says we call the answer product, and C says the answer is the quotient. Which is it, boys? Louder than that. I know you have loud voices. Loud mouths you have. Shout out the answer. Good job. It's at B. The answer we get when we multiply is called the product. Give yourselves a hand. Good job. All right. Moving on. This one is from my girls. Do we have any girls here who were born in the month of March? Do we have any March girl? Wave your hand. Yeah. All right, by how much is 300 greater than 216? How much more? So we have to go take away, all right? So we have our 300, we have our 216 to see how much more. Now we can't take away from 0, so we have to come all the way to the 100 line or column to do our renaming. We're renaming a group of 100, we're going to be left with 2. This becomes 10 tens, all right? 10 tens, but we're working with the ones column first, so we still have to rename some more. One group of 10, leaving 9 groups. Bring it over to the ones column. We're now having 10 groups of 1. So 6 from 10. If you have to put down your strokes, put them down. Not saying this is 6, but I'm showing you if you need to put down your 10 strokes, put them down, cross out your 6. 6 from 10, we're left with 4. Looking for an answer ending in 4. We're seeing A and B, so we can't grab and run. Move to the next column. 1 from 9. If you need to put on your 9 strokes, put them down and take out your 1. All right, 1 from 9. We're left with 8. Looking for something ending in 84. That's at A. Good job. Moving on to 25. Which number sentence is true? A says when you multiply 120 by 0, you get 1,200. B says 120 times 0 gives you 120. C says, where am I? 120 times 0 give you 0. 120 0 is what? 0. Alright? If I give you nothing 120 times, you still have nothing. So that is at C. Moving on. Mother baked 35 cupcakes. So let's put it down. 35 cupcakes. We don't know what they're going to ask us, but it's good to put your figures down as you go. 7 of them broke. So minus 7. She removed them from the pan. So you're removing 7 from 35. She shared the rest evenly among her 4 children. Use this information to answer questions 26 and 27. So which operation should be used to find out how many cupcakes were not broken? So to find out how many were not broken is that you're going to do subtraction. You're going to take the broken ones, which would be the 7, from the whole set of cakes, the whole pan, all that were in the pan, which were 35. And so we're going to be using subtraction, which is the same thing as take away, or you say a minus. All right. 27. Which expression could represent? She shared the rest evenly among her 4 children. If you are sharing, what's the operation that we use for sharing? Now remember that when you take the 7 from the 28, from the 35, you might be wondering why they have 28 here in this item. When you have 35 and you take away 7, can you get 7 from 5? No. So we rename a group of 10. We're left with 2. All right. 7 from 15, we have 8. You have to know your numbers. Fast head work, right? So you're saying 2 7s are 14 plus the 1 make it 15. Or if you want to put on your 15 strokes and take out your 7, do it. Just don't get it wrong. All right, so we're left with 2 over here, and that's 28. So 28 is really what was left after the 7 broke, and that 28 was what she had to share or divide up among her 4 children. Hence, the operation or the expression to represent it would be at A. 28 divided among her 4 children. Moving on to 28. What is the sum of 647 and 425? When we hear of sum, what comes to mind, or what should come to your mind? Addition. All right, putting them together. All right, so 647, 425. All right, and we're adding. 5 plus 7 is 12. You will have to know how to work your numbers quickly, or you put on your 7 strokes, and you put on your 5. Not saying this is 7 or 5, just showing you what to do when you count them up. 7 plus 5 is 12. We rename because you have a 12. This one will remain. This one rename. All right. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus this one is 7. We're looking for a 72. All right. Do you see a 72? Let's scroll up to see. Yes, there's a 72. So we know the answer is A. Moving on. Remember, once you've identified your answer, you grab and you run. You don't need to work the whole thing out. What is 64 minus 27? So again, you have your 64 and you're taking out 27. Can you get 7 from 4? No, you can't. So you're renaming a group of 10s. You're going to take and leave 5. Bring it over here. You're now having 14. 7 from 14 is 7. 2 7s are 14 again. If you're that child who needs to put down your 14 strokes, put down your 14 strokes and work it out. All right? Just not putting it down here. But if you need to put them down, put them down. So we're looking for an answer ending in 7. We're seeing A and C ending in 7. So we can't grab and run. We have to move a little further. 2 from 5 is 3, so we know the answer is at C, 37. Moving on to number 30. A group of students is divided evenly, keyword here, evenly, same amount, into 3 groups. So whatever you're dividing must be divisible by 3. 3 should be able to go in there without leaving a remainder. Which number could be the total number of students in the class? Which number you think would be the total number of students? Even numbers ending what? 2, the ending 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Even numbers will end in. Do you see any of these ending in either 0, 2, or 4, 6 or an 8? This one. So the answer is C. You could also drop and do your division. 29 divided by 3, because it's 3 sets. You can do your 47 divided by 3, and you can also do your 54 and divide by 3 to see which one works out evenly. All right, moving on. What is 276 divided by 3? Division, you must know your tables, guys. You have to know your tables in a grade 3. 3 into 27, it won't go into 2, so then you do 2 digits. 3 into 27 is 9. 3 nines are 27. Get it? And then, do we move on? What do we do? What do we do, guys? Let's go. 3 into 6. 3, what give you 6? 2. The answer is 92. Good job. Moving on to 32. We've done 32, 28, 29, 30, 31. Oh, 32 is over here. Because of how these papers come out with the 2 column on 1 page. Let me zoom in a little to show you what it looks like. This is how they come. 2 sections per page. So sometimes you see me zooming and it looks like I'm running all over the place. It's because after zooming in like this, it's like you're kind of not knowing where you're at on the sheet. All right. So which of the following is not the same as 6 times 18? So 6 times 18, let's work it out to see which is not. 18 times 6. 6 eighths are 48. Carry a 4. 6 1 6 and 4 is 10, which means 108 is what we're working with and looking for. If you need to put down your strokes, put them down, but that's the reason you need to know your tables. It allows you to go fast and accurate. All right, know your tables. 6 nines are 54. Again, you might need to put down your nines, count them up. 6 nines are 54. 6 nines 54. We're looking at this sign, which is addition. So 54 plus 54, will we get 108? Remember, this is what we're looking for. All right, 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. Have we found 108? Shout it out, man. Can you see what is on the screen? Did we find 108 at A? Yes, we did. So with that, we grab and we run. No need to continue working out. A is the answer, so we don't need to check on B and C. They're left on their own right there. 33. Which number is the best estimate of 657? Now, if you're thinking of rounding off, 657 is closer to 700, but because you're estimating 3 times that would be 21, so you're estimating it to be about 2,000. All right, now you have to know how to estimate and to round off, round up in order to do all of this fast. All right, 34 is a repeat. Let's put big R for repeat. We've gone through this item on another paper or 2. How many groups of 6 shells can be made from the set of shells below? So here we have it. Pretty color. Nice lilac or lavender, whatever you call it. Some people will call it purple. All right. So let's go. Let's look at it. Groups of 6. Let's come in a little more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is one group. Let's do this one over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's another group right here. So we've got 3 solid groups. All right. Let's look. 3 is at A. Good job. Now I think this one, I'm going to be giving this to all my people who were born in April. April people, come up front. Come on, April. A group of boys shared $480 equally. Key term here. Equally. Same amount for each boy. All right. Among themselves. Which number could not be the number of boys that shared the money? Equally now. So which one could not be the number of boys? Meaning, which one you're going to use that can't make it be shared equally, that will not have it shared equally. All right, so it's 480. So we're looking at 480 divided by 3. Let's try from A. 3 into 4 is 1. You're going to have 1 leaving over. 3 into 18. 3 will give you 18. 6. So we know that each boy here would have 160 if it's being shared among them. So it could be that, but we're looking at for the one that it could not be. So we know it could be 3. Let's look at 6 to see whether it could or could not be 6. So we're having 480 and we're dividing by 6. 6 into 4, so you double your number now. 6 into 48, 6 8s are 48. All right. And just by looking at this, because 3 is a half of 6, then you know that whatever you get up here should be a half of 160. This is for quick working. People, your head moving fast. All right. So 6 into 6 8s are 48, and put back your 0. So we know it could also be 6. Because we've eliminated A and B, knowing that it could be them, then we know the answer is going to be C. No need to work it out. All right, guys? That's how you move and you run fast. 36. Girls. All my girls who were born in May. William has $17 left after he spent $38 on sweets. How much money did William have before he bought the sweets? So what do we do? He had 17 left and he used 38. That is what is going to tell us how much he had in all. 8 and 7. So you can say 2 7s are 14 plus the other one that makes this 8, making it 15. And the answer ending in 5, we have 2 of them, A and B, so we have to go a little further. All right, so let's go. 3 and 1 is 4. Plus the one that we renamed is 5. So the answer is 55, which is at A. Good job, girls. 37. Who wants to do 37? I heard you. 37. Who wants? Go ahead. Pay attention, others of you. Go ahead. All right. Good job. Which of the following is equal to 1 kilometer? Right? Kilo, you're thinking of 1,000. So the answer is C. 1,000 meters, 1 kilometers. 1 kilometer. All right. Which unit would be best to express the mass of a small bag of orange? Meaning here that what's this? Come on, I'm hitting something wrong here. So which is best? All right, guys. So when you see best, it means that we could use other units, but they're looking for the one that is best to use. I hit the wrong thing and I went somewhere off screen here. Hold on. Right here we're at. Which unit would be best? Key term here is best. All right. Let me find it because I touched that wrong thing here. It keeps jumping off. Oh, where are we? 37, I think. Hold on. Give me a break here. Hold on. Right here. Down to 38. All right. So which is best? Best. Key term is best. Meaning we could use the others. Maybe, but because they use best. All right. So it says a small bag of orange. Would it be liter? No, because liter is measuring liquid. Meter is for length. Gram is for weight. So it would have to be A. 39. Boys, where are you? Boys, come up. Which statement is true? A says 10 centimeters is longer than a meter. Now you're looking at converting centimeters to meters. So we know that 100 centimeters equal 1 meter. All right? 100. So what you're seeing here, A saying 100 is more than 1. B saying 10, which is less than, 10, A saying 10, which is not even 100, is less than, is more than this one. B saying 10 centimeters is the same as 1 meter. Remember, none of these don't reach 100, so they can't be longer nor the same. C says 10 centimeters is shorter than a meter, which is true, because you're going to take out the 10 from this, it's still going to have 90 left to put on before it can reach 1 meter. All right? Moving on to number 40. This one is a repeat. This one also, number 39, is a repeat item. We've gone through quite a bit of repeated items. What is the length of the pencil? Let's go. So here we have pencil is here and here. So it starts at 5 and it ends at 11. You can do your subtraction from there, 5 from 11. That will also give you your answer. But let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it is 6 centimeters long. Good job. 41. Who wants to do 41? This is a repeat item. Which of the following represents 59 degrees Celsius? Remember, I did tell you that the degree symbol is written above. It's raised above, to the back and above of the number. So the answer would be A, where you have 59, then the degree sign is raised to the back of 9 going up to the top, and then the Celsius sign. C and B, no. 42. Which is, or Mary's 3 years old today. So today, right now, whichever day you're watching that video or this video, that is your today. All right. So Mary is 3 years old today. What is Mary's age expressed in months? So we know that how many months make 1 year? That you have to know in order to really solve this one. So there are 12 months in a year. So it's 3 times 12. 3 times the 12 months. Some people will know it if you know your tables. Remember, guys, you must know your tables. All right. So you could quickly say 3 12s are 36, and you'd grab your A and you run. But for those who will have to set out and lose a 1-2 minutes, here you go for not studying your tables. 3 2s are 6, 3 1s 3. If you know your table, you're quickly saying 3 12s 36. You circle and you run and you're gone. Grab and you run. See, know your tables. They help you to go accurate and fast. Let's look at 43. Which group of items shows a quarter of a dozen? A quarter of. Of means multiply. All right. Remember, I told you that 1 dozen is the same as 12 things. 12 things make a dozen. So it's a quarter of 12. 4 into itself, 1. 4 into 12 goes 3 times. Again, you must know your tables. 4 what gives you 12? 4 3s. We're left with what? 1 times 3 is 3 over 1. Any number over 1 is that same number, 3. All right. So what is 3? Do we have any here showing 3? And 3 is C. Good job. Let's move on to 44. Which is the same as 30 minutes? Now 30 minutes. A few things you will need to know here. How many hours make a minute? Because you're seeing they ask you what's the same as 30 minutes? Yet the answers are showing hours. Alright? So you have hour for the answer, but they're asking you about minutes. Which is the same as 30 minutes. Now, how many minutes make 1 hour? It's 30. Get it? So out of that, what I say, how many minutes make 1 hour? It's 30? No. My head running so far. How many minutes make 1 hour? It's 60. All right? But how many minutes they have? 30. So it's 30 out of that 60 minutes. Now we say 0 cancel 0. Some people say use this 0 and kill that 0. All right? So the zeros are dead. 3 into itself goes 1 time. 3 into 6 goes 2. It means that 30 minutes is the same as half an hour. Get it? Now, if you remember looking at the clock, you'll see where 6 is on the clock, that once the long hand reaches there, we say it's half past the hour. It's 6:30, 7:30, 8:30, 1:30, 9:30, 12:30, half past. All right? So 30 is a half when you're dealing with the hour. Moving on to number 45. Oh, we know some clockwork would be coming. Yeah, there's no paper without a clockwork item. Guys, you need to know what time is shown on the clock below. So if you've been watching all my other videos, and I hope you have been, if you've not, then you need to go back and find them all and watch them. By the way, Learning with Teacher M has a playlist with only grade 3 videos in there. You need to find that playlist and you need to watch them. They give you videos as I do walk through or go through or concept overview or how to work out the problems for your grade 3 diagnostic test. Also will be included in there, or also are included, you will find language arts papers. All right, so go through them. How to solve the problems. You'll find out how to solve the grade 3 maths problem, how to score 100 on your grade 3 diagnostic test, how to get all your language arts items correct, how to. All right, so I will do all of that for you. Just go to the playlist and watch the videos. Back to 45. What time is shown on the clock? Now, if you have been watching the videos as I said, plus if you've been listening to your teachers, you know that over here is past the hour. All right, we know the short hand here is the hour hand, and the short hand is the minute hand. I'm just gonna put M and H. Now the hour hand is not directly on 2. Get it? Not directly on 2. So we know it's going to 2 in a past way. So it's gonna be to 2. Some minutes to 2. Because the hour hand is moving to 2. we are saying to 2 because the minute hand is not over the past side. So the minute hand over the to side. So we know it's going to be some minutes to 2 because the minute hand will tell you whether it's past the hour, to the hour, or on the hour. So it's going to be to 2 because the hour hand is moving to 2 and the minute hand is over the side that says 2. Get it? So we know that the one over here is 5, 10, 3 represents 15, and it continues. The same thing, we go in an anti-clockwise position. So the 11 is representing 5 minutes to, the 10 is 10 minutes to, the 9 is 15 minutes to. So looking at it, looking at our minute hand, it is showing how many minutes to 2. I like to 2. It is 10 minutes to 2. Good job. Let's go down and see if we have that. Where is it? Come on, boys. You can shout this one out. 10 minutes to 2 is at which letter? Shout it a little louder, man, because I know you see it big and clear right up in your face. Look at it. Very good. It's at B. 10 minutes to 2. Good job. Let's read this one. And also, every year you have some calendar item to work out. The calendar below shows the month of February in the year 2020. Use it to answer questions 46 to 48. All right. So always remember, anytime you see these paled out digits on the clock, almost clock, on your calendar, they're not referring to the current month. So these paled out numbers here are not referring to February. If you see them at the start of the month, then they're speaking of the month that is gone. So it's really telling you that January 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. That's what it's showing you here. Showing you that January ended on Friday and then February picks up on Saturday. Remember, we don't skip days. So when one month finishes, another month begins. Alright? So once you see the paled out, lighter shading colors, they're telling you if they're at the start, it's speaking to the month that is gone. If you see them at the end of the calendar month that you're looking at, they're telling you of the month to come. So we're seeing that for February just ends out on the Saturday, which means that March will pick up on a new Sunday going forward. All right, so let's go. No, know what they're asking you, but just explaining. So let's look at 46. Which day is the 10th day of February? And guys, I know these paled out ones are there to catch you. Let me tell you why. They're gonna say the child who is not keen, not critical, not paying attention is gonna count from 26 and say, well, first, or 1, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10. I bet you there's a Tuesday 4 down there. Let's look. I know there's a Tuesday because that is put there to throw you off to see whether or not you're thinking. But to find the 10th day in February, you have to start from when February starts, which is Saturday 1. So 1, the 10th would be Monday. Get it? So Saturdays 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th. It will be on a Monday, which is C. Just remember what those paled out days are for. Let's move over to the next item, which is 47. Which date is the third Friday in February? And I bet those paled out numbers are there again to catch you. Third Friday. I bet you they have the third Friday. 1, 2, 3. I bet you the 14th is there as an option. Let's go back and see. It's wrong, but just showing you that they put it there to catch you. Yeah, see, February 14. Remember the paled out days, they really have nothing to do with the current month. So we're looking for the third Friday, which would be first, second, third, which is the 21st. Let's find the 21st. It's going to be the 21st. Very good. February 21. Remember. Alright, on which day did January 2020 end? Remember I told you that the paled out ones will speak of the month gone or coming. So January 2020 ended on the 31st. So the last day of January here paled out, and then bright up February starts on the Saturday. So it ended on a Friday. 48 is at A. Good job. Let's look at this one. Each square in the rectangle below has a length of 1 unit and an area of 1 square unit, meaning 1 by 1, 1, 1, 1. Use this information and the rectangle to answer items 49 and 50. All right. So let's look at the rectangle. What is the perimeter? Now 49. What is the perimeter of the rectangle? Remember that the perimeter is the full distance around. You're adding up everything, all the sides. So let's look at the measurement. They told us that it is 1 by 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So up here it's 5. Down here would also be 5. 1, 2. If this is 2, over here is also 2. So let's add up the distance around the shape to find the perimeter. Perimeter, distance around. All the sides adding up. 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus another 2 is 14. Let's see if they have 14. Very good, Mr. C. 14. Let's look at 50. What is the area of the shaded part of the rectangle? No, not perimeter anymore, but area. So for area, you're not finding the distance around the shape. You're doing the length by the width. So your length times width, multiplying, all right? So if from here to here is 5, and these are not in it because it says a shaded area, we're really working with this part. So from here we have 1, 2, 3, which becomes 3 times 2, which is also the same as 2 times 3. Don't know what it is down there. Let's look. So where are we? 3 times 2, 2 times 3. Not telling anybody this one. No, sir. 3 times 2. Come on, guys. Shout out this one. What is the area of the shaded section? 3 times 2. You must know your table. Shout it out a little louder. Louder than that. I'm hearing about 5 people. Louder than that, everybody. Good job. The answer is right at B. Alright, 6 square units. 3 2s are 6. Moving on to 51. Which of the following represents a line segment? All the papers gone. I have seen where they asked about ray. Now they're asking about a line segment. Now a line segment meaning a part of. So the line segment will start at a point and end at a point. So A is the line segment. Alright. B is a line continuing endlessly in both directions. C is a ray starting at a point and continuing endlessly in one direction. So the answer for line segment is A. Let's move on to 52. Girls, where are you? Where are you? Which of the following angles is a right angle? Alright, remember right angles will fit into anything looking like an L. Alright, get it? Which is a right angle? The answer is it X, Y, or Z? Good job, the answer is Y. If you look these, if you were to bring it here for a right angle, this is closing in. Once it goes in, it's less than a right angle. If it bends back, more than a right angle. Alright, same thing for this. If you were to bring it up here, you see that this one is gone in less than a right angle. If you were to bring it back, it will be more than a right angle. But right here, it's a right angle. If you were to turn this around, now you see that this is an L, giving you a right angle in here. Alright, moving on to 53. Which pair of shapes is similar? Similar. Always come on the papers too. Similar, meaning look alike. Favor, you would say you favor your mother. Alright, same word, favor. Look alike. Alright, similar. So which two look alike? Or which set has the two that are similar? It's clear. We don't need to ask anybody to give us the answer for this one. Everybody can shout out it's C. Alright, moving on to 55. Is that so? 54. I want to finish the quick it seems. The shape below is not a polygon. Something like this always come on the papers too. I have noticed that about why a shape is not a polygon or something of the sort. So the shape below is not a polygon, or no polygon. That's all they're saying. This is one polygon. Alright, this is not a polygon. Because it has what? So to know, you also need to know what a polygon is. A polygon is just a figure. You can say a plain figure. And its sides are drawn by straight lines. So why would this shape not be a polygon? A says it has line segments, but line segments are what they use to make the sides. B says it's not a polygon because it has angles. All polygons will have angles. The answer is A. Polygons don't have curved path. They're formed using straight lines. Alright, use the shape STUVW to answer question 55. This one is a dead repeat. This is a big R. Big repeat item. What shape does STUV make? It's not totally a repeat. But this same shape. The question is not a repeat, but the shape is a repeat. So let's look at 55. Which shape does TUVW make? Which shape, girls? Which shape? TUVW. Let me draw it out for you. Which is this? TUVW. Alright? Come in here. Which shape is that? How many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which shape has 4 sides? Remember your polygons? Named by the number of sides. Triangle. Triangle have 3 sides. Quadrilateral. Quadrilateral 4 sides. So which one is it? How many sides? Good job, 4. So the answer to 55 is no other than the one, Mr. C. Good job, guys. Quadrilateral. Moving on to 56. I hope you're enjoying this thing, you see. As we prepare you for your grade 3 diagnostic test, that you would be going through the different exercises and doing the practice papers. Remember, it's learning with teacher M, and going through the papers for you, concept overview as we walk through the paper together, making it an interactive kind of worksheet for you to just browse and go through, whether you watch the video along with me or you come back to the channel and watch it anytime at your convenience. I hope you will find benefit from it. What is the value of n when n plus 5 equals 45? So you have 45. You're really just taking away 3 from 45. So you have 45. Let's count down to find n. Alright? So 45, 44, 43, 42. So n is 42. Do we have a 42? Another way you could do it is put on your 45 and take away your 3. Alright, 3 from 5 is 2. Do we have an answer ending in 2? Grab on your run, that's 42 at B. Moving on to item 57. What is the missing number in the pattern below? Pattern. Missing number, and there's a pattern. Alright, so from 19 to 23. 19, 20, 21, then 23. Alright, then 23, 24, 25, 26, and you have 27. So from 27 gonna be 28, 29, then what should be here? What's the pattern? 19. Let's do them. Let's go from the number to number. Let's do number to number. Let's go. Hold on. So, oh no. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Alright? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? So 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. What should be there? 31. Did you get that before we even select? What did you get for 57? Of course, must be B. Moving on to 58. The bar graph shows the number of books in 4 students' bags. Use the information in the bar graph to answer questions 58 to 60. So we're working on the last set of items. Let's look at the bar graph. Alright? And it says number of books in 4 students' bag. Look at the side here. The vertical side is showing you the number of books. Horizontal is showing you the students, names of the students. So we have Kim. How many books are in Kim's bag? 10. How many in Ron's? He has 6. And Pat is carrying 2, while Sam has 4 books in his bag. Let's move on. 58. Which student had 2 books in his or her bag? Miss Pat. Oh, that is Miss Pat at A. 59. We're getting there, guys. How many books did the students have in their bags all together? Everybody know, putting them book in one place. How many books will be there? 10 plus 6. Let's do head work for this one. Let's round up to 10s. 6 and 4 is 10. So 10 plus this 10 is 20 plus 2, 22. Let's see if there's a 22 at 59. Where is 22? Which letter? Loud and strong. I know your parents might be right there, but please deaf them this time. Loud and strong. Tear the roof off. Where is 22? A little louder. Do it like when you're at school and playing. Loud and strong. Good job. Big up yourself. That's at C. And now, girls and boys of grade 3. We're down to the last one. Down to number 60 of 60. Alright? In preparing you for your grade 3 diagnostic test, which is your national exam that you will do at grade 3 in Jamaica. It's also called your PEP. Prep. Some people say you're preparing for PEP. So it's like a pep practice that you're doing, as in sitting a number of items, 60 items. That's a whole lot of items for grade 3 to sit and do one time. So it's like getting your pep practice. All right. So who had 3 times the number of books as Pat? Remember, Pat has how many? 2. So who has 3 times 2? Who has 6 books? That's all it's asking you. Who had 3 times the number of books that Pat had? And remember, Pat will have 2. Pat had 2. So who had 3 times 2, which is 6? This one is for the people who were born in the month of, shout out the month you think I'm going to give this one to. Which month is going to get this one? Shout it out loud. Let the people out on your road hear you. Loud, loud, loud. The people on the road should hear the months being called out. Which month you think is going to get number 60 to do? It's an easy item. They started out easy with number 1, ended easy with number 2. So you can be relaxed as you end the paper. So which month is going to get it? It's no other month than the month of, shout it, catch you. No other month than the month of January, February, March. So if you're born in any of these, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, or December, it is for you. Everybody. Everybody. Those who born in January, bring the answer come. Those who born in February, bring the answer come. Cha la 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 la, cha la 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 la. Those who born in February, bring the answer come. I will go down to December. Those who born December, I'm bringing it for everybody. Everybody bring your answer come. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Bring your answer come. What is 2 times 3? Who had 2 times 3? Let's go back to our chart. Who had 6 books in his or her bag? Shout out the answer, man. Who? Who? Good job. It is, spell the name. Spell the name. Starts with an R. O. Followed by an N. Run. Give yourselves a clap, boys and girls. Yeah, we've made it to the end, and I think we would have done extremely well on this paper. Give yourselves a big round of applause. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of the 2022 grade 3 diagnostic math test, and it's learning. Who can spell learning? Learning, L-E-A-R-N-I-N-G, with who? With teacher. Who can spell teacher? I heard a T, E, A, yes, C, good. H, you're right on target. E, good job. R. Who can spell M? Spell M for me. M. So it's learning with teacher M, and with that I'm saying love to you, M, M, M. All right, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care now.